in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Hello and good day. I said good day, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Powered by DealsInTheD.com, Mike and Jay. Schlobiggy! It's not the way I like to start a show, Jay. Screaming at the fucking moron next to me.
What happened,
He's
Mike?
lying. It's what's happened.
It happened. Yeah, that does happen. Jesus will lie. He's prone to lying and thievery.
He can't do anything without, like, clearing it. It's got to be cleared. Like, you sure you want to do this on this date, that time? That he doesn't have any faith in himself to just book something and go, guys, Tuesday.
Yeah, that comes from, that's the kick the dog syndrome, though.
Yeah,
he's
I
been
know.
kicked so many times for fucking things up. It's like, dude, I'm going to get clearance for every fucking decision I
Yes.
make on this show.
You guys want him here at 12 o'clock or 12:01?
Could you
Which is it?
imagine if that happened the other way? That is ridiculous. I get yelled at on this show regularly because of the fact that I don't check things or make things.
Yeah,
or,
you're damned if you do, damned if you...
So-
you can't win.
Which is fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
But the notion that,
Very,
that
very
I could
fair
just
point.
set something up on a time and not ask both.
Well,
I could just
today
walk-
you're just a liar.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You
No, you
fucking
are.
liar. You're a liar. So today, we're sitting here, Jay,
is
right?
so wrong. It's
No,
unreal.
you're a liar, and I'm going to explain why. We're sitting here and we're waiting, right? And all of a sudden, when we're sitting here, he's got a couple things he has to do to get the show started off and then hit the intro.
Yeah.
So there's a couple
The
seconds
monkey
there.
has to press a couple buttons.
Right. There's a couple things. And so Jay and I will sit here. We've got headphones on. We're waiting. And then it's like, oh, Jesus, my bones.
Yeah.
My bones.
Invariably, that is the conversation that will ensue.
Yes, we'll start complaining about our bones hurting, which means, let's go. Fucking hit it. And he's just sitting there, and he's doing his thing. He's not wasting time or anything. But then he'll sit there, and he's looking at, now you and I are in a conversation because 3 minutes have gone by, and we're just bullshitting,
And
like
then he's
waiting.
flipping through his phone.
We're waiting for him to hit go, and we haven't
Jesus.
we haven't stopped. And so he's looking at me, and he's got his finger on the thing, and he's like, I'm like, yeah, fucking
The
hit
amount
it.
of times.
Go.
The amount
Go.
of the amount of times.
My bones.
You are such a liar. The amount of times that you have said, I'm ready. Then I'm sitting here, it's ready to go, and it's, oh, I need a water.
That,
I need a Gatorade.
You know, in
oh, I
Ease's
need-
defense,
oh,
now,
I-
just the other day, was
Oh
it
my God.
yesterday? Was it yesterday
this
when
is
he
so-
came down? Hold on, Mike.
It's the exact same thing.
There have
I will
been
be
many
ready
times
to go.
where
You're
you've
saying you've
pulled
been
out, where we've been ready to go to broadcast.
Yes, that's
and
true.
you've gone
Oh.
upstairs for whatever reason.
And so have you. Hold on one sec. I got to print a couple of emails. Hold
I
on.
got to piss.
That's
I
fine
gotta
too,
piss.
but
Usually I
that's
gotta
all
piss.
been after you guys have said we were ready at one point.
Isis said, if I tried, I could think of 20 times where I hit go and you got mad at me for hitting it prematurely.
Okay, maybe-
And I'm like, that's outrageous, and it's a fucking lie. You're a liar.
no.
Once again, you're a liar.
No.
Because that's never happened where you've hit
That's
it and I've
not
gone,
true. That's
oh my
not
God,
true.
E! Oh my God. Because I
Not
would just
true.
tell you to stop it. Stop it. I need 2 minutes.
You have told me to do that before.
No, I
but-
haven't.
Yes,
and
okay.
I wouldn't have
That's
any
a
problem
lie.
doing that. You're a liar.
Okay, fine, whatever.
No, whatever to you too, liar.
Dude, I am always here, ready to go. I mean, like you said, I don't have that much that I do to get the show ready. So I am always ready. And so, okay, maybe 20 times I haven't hit the button where you've been mad, but at least 20 times you have told me you're ready. I have everything ready to go, and then all of a sudden someone had to do something.
And it's but the E.
So I
that's
have to make
that's-
sure.
This is apples and oranges, sir.
No, it's
if I
not.
go, yeah, let's go. E. Oh shit, hold on. Let me run upstairs.
No,
and grab
no,
water.
no, that's not how it's been said.
Oh, you're getting ready to hit the button, and then I go, oh, I need a water, and run upstairs on you. No,
That is
I'll
not-
go. Let's
okay.
go. Let's hit
Fine.
it. And then you start doing your thing, and I'm like, oh shit. You know what? Go ahead and hit it, E. I'm just gonna run up. I'll be back in 4 seconds. I just grabbing a water.
Sure, you're right.
But
Fine,
you've
whatever.
never hit it, and I've screamed at you.
Not
That's
true.
outrageous. You're a liar.
Okay.
Proving once again you're a liar.
Strong start, gentlemen.
Yeah.
What can bring us together?
I don't
Other
know.
than song. Gentlemen,
Well,
a three-part harmony.
Taking an E.
Find our best friend Doug, and then we're gonna give
him a best friend hug.
Doug, Doug,
Doug.
Now's the time to contact Realtor Doug Steinert. Spring is the perfect time to list your current home and to go looking for your dream home. Everybody's done hunkering down for the winter, and real estate is moving. Contact Douglas today, 248-765-1781. He and the team at Century 21 Campbell will work to get you the absolute best deal on the sale and or purchase of your home. Doug's the man. He's easy to work with and a great friend of the show. So call Douglas today, 248-765-1781.
Oh man, what a day! News breaking today about myriad things, including Prince. I didn't expect to get more reports on Prince.
Is that news? I read that. I'm like, okay, he had a ton of fentanyl in his system.
Yeah.
Like, we knew that. I guess the number is the news.
Yeah, that was the reason I printed it. Was
Well, he
because
fucking OD'd, right? I mean, we all knew he OD'd on fentanyl.
Yeah, but these are misleading numbers, though, because if I were to give you literally a sliver, just a tiny little sliver of an oxy, you'd be on the couch passed out for the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I could take 5 of them and be fine. So there's such a difference in tolerance levels when you start doing them. So if he was doing these for years and years and years, because people are going to look at this and go, he had 67.8 kilograms of fentanyl in his blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And then they go, death can occur as low as 3.
Right.
And it's like, holy shit.
Yeah, if you're a newborn infant or,
Yes.
one-time user, I get it.
Yes, you're hammered on 10 other drugs, and then you throw that on the pile.
It's all relative.
Yeah, it is. But
So
yeah.
what is this? Why is this newsworthy? I mean, the dude fucking OD'd. He had too much.
Because his name's Prince.
He had too much.
His name's Prince.
I know, but we knew he had too much 2.5 years.
Yeah.
2 years ago? It's going on
Yeah.
2 years this month, man.
But the weird thing is,
Or April. April 21st.
Yeah, it's almost 2 years. Can you believe that?
No.
I can't either. I missed him. The
purple one?
Peter.
Peter Bravestrong.
Peter Bravestrong. Peter, please, Peter. I still, every time I think of Peter Bravestrong, I just think of this wee man.
Just a wisp of a man. Knocking on a door.
An international superstar wisp of a man.
Do you think he has that little do-rag on his head, to keep his beautiful locks back?
Maybe, or he wears those sunglasses with the
Right.
three-eyed sunglasses things. Peter Bravestrong shows up at your door wanting to talk about the Mormon church.
Jehovah's Witnesses, dude. Get it right.
See, I relish the appearance of them at my door so I can slam the door in their face. I love that. It's one of my favorite old pastimes. If Peter Bravestrong showed up at my door, dude, he could come in all afternoon and I'd just be like, yeah?
Yeah, I know.
What? Yeah? see what I can learn. I wouldn't.
Prince is sitting here.
I wouldn't let him leave, you
Yeah.
know? I don't think you're Peter Bravestrong, man. I don't think you are.
No, but he died of an overdose.
Yeah. He had
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl in his liver was 450 micrograms per kilogram. Liver concentrations greater than 69 per kilogram represent overdose or fatal toxicity cases. Again, it's all about how much you've done. Although it is kind of weird because he OD'd, but it's not like I guess it is a classic OD. He wasn't planning on dying, but usually with that, it's like he knows what he's taking. He knows what doses work for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not like he's getting surprise doses like you would with just like street heroin. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, yeah, terrible story. But you ask why it's in the news, because his name is Prince is why that's in the news. I don't know why we didn't know that a year and a half ago,
It's
though.
just the toxology report has been released. It's simply
No,
news
I think
where-
I don't think it was released. I think the AP got a hold of it because
Okay.
it was a confidential thing.
whatever.
But,
that's
yeah.
out. We knew he overdosed of fentanyl. It's just the numbers today.
Yeah. Yep. More bad news for Sparty today.
Oh yeah, no, this is good news, Mike. Let's drain the swamp.
This is good news?
This is the dude who was Larry Nassar's boss, right?
Yes. Yep.
Ex MSU dean William Strampel.
Facing 4 charges. And yeah, the hammer's coming down. Harassment, discrimination, demeaning proposition, sexual assault of female students. I mean,
He's grabbing buttocks.
what the hell was
He
going
was a
on
buttock
there?
grabber.
He was a buttock grabber. District Judge Richard Ball authorized a criminal...
Dick ball.
Dude.
I mean, that's like, can the balls just? I mean, they avoided Harry.
Yeah, if there's a herald in this family line...
But God, man, I mean, isn't Richard 1B to the
Yes,
1A
of
of
course
Harold?
it is. Was Dick not a thing 60 years
We've
ago?
talked. Yeah, that's exactly
Is
right.
that what
Dick
the
was-
problem
Dick
is?
was not a thing.
If all of a sudden Jay became code for cock,
Right.
you know what I mean? It
Boy,
was
would
like-
I feel foolish.
And yeah, the J families, it's like, oh, we named
Oh,
our
shit.
kid Harry J. Jesus Christ. We didn't know Harry Cock was going to be a thing. So I guess I could let him off with that.
the
but
balls.
The Balls, though, the Ball family, yeah,
I don't know.
it's like the Hunt family. You just,
The Hunts, the Wangs, the balls. You got to be careful.
yeah. The Face family. You can't name your kid Richard if your last name is Face. You know what I mean?
I do.
Dick Face. Hi,
it.
Dick Face. Nice to meet you. I would laugh in court if I was an attorney. The Honorable Dick Ball presiding. What are we, 5? Can you not be more mature? No, I can't. Your name's Dick Ball. Anyway, it's really not part of the story. It's really a small part of the story.
I object, sir. It is. It's the name of the judge.
True. So Strampel, former dean of the College of Osteopathic Medicine at MSU, he took medical leave in December. They were trying to blow him out.
Yeah,
He's
he was one of the first ones going, ah!
I'll just retire. I got my tenure.
Yeah.
They're trying to yank his.
They sure are.
Yeah, they'll get that right. His what do they call that?
I don't know. I don't know what the process is for that. The processes. Yeah, Engler issued some statement about him concerning that they're trying to go down that road.
Take his money. His what do they call it? Why can't I think of the fucking word? What do they
His
call it?
pension.
Pension. Thank you, Jesus. State police outlined the case against Strampel in court affidavit, which included accusations against Strampel by 4 women. They also discovered porn videos on his work computer at MSU and a video of Nasser performing his treatment on a young patient.
I'm actually shocked, honestly, how many people download porn videos. Like, I don't get it. If you're super
good
into
point.
porn, I really don't get it. Just watch the scenes, and then kind of like, you know what I mean? It just shocked me.
Pornhub.
Mike, I think they're actually pictures, but I get what you're saying. But I can see, I guess, I don't know. Like, are you more apt to download a picture than you are a video? I would say
download
yes.
I guess,
say
but I
yes,
would.
right?
Yeah.
I don't even take pictures.
I agree.
Like, why are you even looking at pictures, dude?
Unless it's someone you know, unless it's someone like some hot secretary down the hall, and there's somehow a nudist surfaced, and
okay,
but someone you don't know,
I know,
that makes no sense.
And porn,
porn
just
videos, ridiculous, dude. I mean, go to any one of a million sites.
Why are you using your gigabytes,
Well, here's the thing.
man?
This is the beauty of the internet porn.
You're slowing your shit down, man.
Not just that, but like the
He
beauty
probably
of
doesn't know, dude. He's how old? You know?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
probably
you're
like, I don't know.
probably
Yeah, download. I want to watch this.
Okay,
download.
well, to me, the beauty of the internet porn is like we all got like, dude, you don't have VHS and DVDs anymore where you buy one. You're like, wow, I'm sick of this scene, but it's what I have.
He says
like,
that with his dick, with his hand around his dick motion. Jesus.
But it's like hell, dude.
You're a visual learner.
Yeah, Jay.
Right.
I've got porn ADD.
Sorry.
I've got porn ADD as it is now. Like I get sick of the fact that, like, dude, I've seen this video 2 times. I need something new. How come there's not new shit out
My
yet?
guess is he's an old dude who doesn't realize what he's doing on the computer.
Probably. So I don't know why they haven't shared, at least in the stories I've read, they haven't shared all the
allegations.
Allegations. I know one of them. He grabbed. He approached a chick from behind and grabbed her ass during a.
He's a buttock grabber.
Yeah.
Serial, allegedly.
And how much fun does this sound? I mean, honestly, if you've been invited to a ball, a College of Osteopathic Medicine annual ball in 2000. I mean, that just sounds like a hoot.
Picture this chick standing near the dance floor when Strampel approaches from behind and grabs her right buttock.
Yeah, her rump. Seems a handful of rump. What a dork.
Oh, here's the allegations. I've got them right here. Victim 1, Strampel had sexual conversation with her at a meeting where she was appealing a test score. Then Strampel allegedly brought up a nude photo. So he just goes, click, onto his computer.
Yeah, he's gauging
the
a
victim
reaction.
interpreted those statements as a request to send him nude photographs in exchange for special consideration.
Ooh.
Victim number 2, Strampel allegedly degraded her appearance and told her to dress like a woman. Also threatened to run her out of the college. At a later event, she alleges he grabbed her left buttock and gripped it firmly.
Wow.
He's
got a couple champagne flutes in him at this point, doesn't he? He's working it up.
That's his move, man.
Yeah.
Victim 3 allegedly met with Strampel regarding a bad test score. He suggested that she become a centerfold model. It's so ridiculous. It's probably plausible.
Yeah.
It's credible because it's so absurd. No one would say that, right?
Old.
You should become a centerfold model.
Yeah, you'd look good in Playboy as a centerfold model.
Then told her she could retake the exam in exchange for a favor. The victim said she understood him to be asking for a sexual favor.
Yeah, probably not. Pick my kids up from school for me.
And then the final one is the college ball where she's standing near the dance floor, gets her buttock grabbed.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
She also said when she was early in her career, he said to her, it was good when women get drunk because then it's easier to have sex with them. And,
Which is true.
Which I know. I was going to say, like, I don't know what the problem with that. That is just a fact, sir. I mean, you cannot deny the fact. Gentlemen, we've all been there. It is easier to bet a girl with a few drinks in her. I'm not saying that's right. Maybe
fact.
That conversation is probably inappropriate with colleagues, though, right, Jay? Is that the problem with work colleagues?
I think that's it right there.
Yeah. We got to just separate the sexes, man. We can't be working together. It's just not working out. Strampel's attorney, John Dackmack, declined comment. He just said, we don't know what's going on completely right now. I got to go. I don't blame him. It's got to suck. Strampel was one of at least 14 members at MSU who received reports of sexual misconduct by Nassar in the 2 decades before his arrest. He told police last year, Strampel did, that he never followed up after ordering Nassar to have a third person present during certain treatments. And I think he said no more barebacking it. You got to wear gloves. I think he told him that too. And then it's like, okay, I did my part. I told him. And then he just went away and never.
Do you have his really damning statement there where he said something about like, it's medicine 101. You don't believe everything a patient says, when they report these things. It's just come on. I mean, Larry's issue was not having a witness in the room at the same time, so he completely dismissed the early allegations.
We knew these women were full of shit. The problem was...
that's medicine 101.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, they're full of shit, not Lair. Lair's a great guy. He sends me videos of some of his work. It's amazing. Come on into my office. You'll love it. But you got to have a third party in there. Otherwise, these false and reckless allegations are going to keep popping up.
They're going to take advantage. It's a really, really damning statement. I don't have it in front of me. But
yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Is that pretty standard fare in most doctors' offices that they'll have a third party if they're doing any sort of invasive work on anybody?
Female, yeah, I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've never been a female. I've never been in one of those meetings. But when they've got you in those stirrups and they're just digging into your vagine, with some of those grips and stuff. Do they always have a third party in there?
I would want one if I were a doctor. Like, I would make sure I had one.
Yeah,
wouldn't you? I mean.
Hey, insurance, we all need it. Most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who provide. Oh, were we not done with that subject? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, he was finishing his sentence when you started going. You're fine.
I don't even notice when he's talking. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasik from Wasik Insurance Services change all that shit. Brent has over 30 years in the business and offers all types of insurance coverage, auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. Call Brent Wasik at 734-455-1900 and get a free, no obligation quote today. Again, that's 734-455-1900 and ask for Brent Wasik at Wasik Insurance. Brent is easy to work with. Give him a call today. And Mike, this reminds me of an email I received just this morning, as a matter of fact, that is relevant to that read. Actually, to any reads I do. Scott writes in with observations. Hi, podcast heroes and dumbass. Part 1, verbal crutches. We're so goddamn painfully aware that the retard has his but, whatever it is. Less well known is that Mike has his overuse of, I got to be honest with you. That's your verbal crutch. And Jay, I finally found yours, he says. You begin 95% of all reads with the interjection, hey. I get that hey acts like a verbal checkout lane bar separating topics. Mm-hmm. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Right? It's the
I got to be honest with you. I haven't noticed you're doing this.
Hey, it's the absence of a natural segue.
Yeah. They're hard to do.
So you just, hey. Because it's sort of like me telling E, like, shut the fuck up. I'm going to do one of these.
Yeah.
Scott recognizes that, but still continues on. It's much like look and the final coup de grace, look, listen. Mm-hmm. But this is coming from the same guy who rails against people for overusing the word so. To be clear, I also hate the overuse of so, but you overuse hey, and that's taken over the top spot of the Detroitcast things that bug Scott, says Scott. Wow. Therefore, Jay, I challenge you to go one show without using hey with any of your reads. Mix it up. Better yourself, man.
What would you suggest, Scott? What does he think should be used there? Like, excuse me, gentlemen.
Excuse me. Hello.
May I have a word?
Got my hand up. Excuse me. No, it's my challenge to better segue it, I think is what Scott's saying.
I got to be honest with you. I've never heard you do that. I've never paid that much attention to it.
Now that he says it, I think it's right. I read this. I'm like, yeah, maybe I do. Part 2, holy shit, Mike. Use the cough button. You can label it the sniff button, the grunt button, or the phlegm button, but whatever you decide to name it, holy fuck balls. Use it.
It doesn't.
I judge you guys because I love you guys, says Scott. P.S. Read more emails.
I got to be honest with you, dude. My cough button did not work for a long time. It was dangling down there. It's working now. You can see it.
There you go.
So working now.
Forevermore.
But see, it picks up on all the other open mics in the room.
Yeah, but it's better than going. I've had loved ones comment. I'm not going to say who.
I don't care. Why would
Well,
I care?
if it bothers a loved one, then I think it
Sweet
bothers.
Pie shouldn't be listening to the show
I think it bothers others. Is all I'm saying. And we are equipped with these cough buttons,
Yeah.
as demonstrated. So I'll work on my hay. You work on your cough button. Easus, stop
I got to be
being
honest with
retarded.
you, man. I'm probably not going to work that hard on it. I'm just saying.
PPS. I don't get my summers off, says Scott.
Hey, can I circle back to that conversation we were having a minute ago that made you kind of uncomfortable?
Which one?
When I started going down the road of chicks in
That
in the
no,
stirrups
don't
and
misinterpret my
vagine.
moving on from something of being uncomfortable. I just find it like, dude, sarcasm is the lowest form of wit.
It's
So
not. That's not
I felt
true.
us going
That's
there.
not true. You say
I felt
that,
us
and that's
really,
not true.
really going into a lot of sarcasm where you were going to go. So is that not cool if a guy like digs up inside of his vagine and
Yeah. Well, I don't
and
know.
I'd
I've
go-
never been in that room.
And I would go, yeah, guy. I think you
Yeah,
probably
guy.
you probably want to witness.
I thought that was a legitimate question. Yeah, am I going to go over the edge a little bit? Sure. I'm going to dangle a foot a little bit, touch the water of inappropriateness. But I thought that was a fair question. Like, is that something?
I think that's known, right?
I don't know.
I think witnesses
You
are
think,
in there.
but you don't know.
Okay, well, are we going to settle it? Is he just going to bing this shit, or are we just going to toss it around the horn and go,
No,
fuck, I don't know, dude. I don't
Well,
have a vagine.
I just wanna-
Do you have a vagine? E, do you have a vagine?
I got to be honest with you, man.
Was that where it was going?
No, where it was going was I thought I honestly made you uncomfortable with that. And I was like, why? I swear to God, I was asking a legit question. That's the only thing I wanted to clarify and clear up because of the way you shifted gears.
Don't misinterpret my shift out of just what I thought was kind of becoming a sarcastic, dead-end conversation to me being uncomfortable, Mike.
Okay, all right, fine. You guys excited for opening day? Can you believe opening day is Thursday?
I know.
The fuck, man? March? We're still in March.
Apparently, there are tons of tickets left.
Yeah, it's not selling that well.
I know. That's the story I have.
Not a shock.
Yeah, right here.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? Like, even when they
Well,
were awful, you could still count on
is it a
opening
shock?
day.
Is it a shock to you? Because it is
No.
to me.
Not really.
I thought this was kind of like, hey, it's the harbinger of spring. It's kind of a Detroit holiday.
Yeah.
I didn't think there'd be a drop off like this. Obviously, there's going to be a drop off in the interest of in the Tigers overall. People won't give a fuck after opening day.
Yes.
Within a week, people will stop giving a shit and watching and listening.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought opening day, still.
Yeah, it has very little to do with baseball.
Right,
It seems
man.
like opening. Like, there were seasons we had horrible teams.
Oh, there'll be tons of people downtown. I'm sure of that. I'm sure people will be at Nemo's and be at,
Yeah.
Corktown and Hockeytown and all those places. But as far as the tickets being sold, I guess I'm just not shocked.
Yeah, but those usually, opening day is the one sellout you can guarantee every year, and it usually sells out within a few hours of going on
Isn't that
sale.
funny? And then you go to the second game, and there's like, 8,000 people.
So unless it's like a big opening weekend
Right, with the Yankees or some
in
shit.
town. That you'll get a draw.
Who are they playing? Do you
I
know?
think they play in Pittsburgh.
Which it's different.
Yeah, but people seem to think that's not all that exciting a day. I would have thought that was kind of different and exciting, but
Pittsburgh
whatever.
is kind of in a sell-off mode too, aren't they? Like they're
Yeah, I thought they
Got
were
rid of
just making a
McCutcheon.
run too with McCutcheon and them a couple of years ago. I mean, that started. Remember, didn't they make the playoffs for the first time in forever?
I believe you're right.
Yeah.
I'm sure that it hurts, too, by the way, it being on a Thursday, not a Friday. And I know it's
Yeah.
never on the weekend, but I mean, if it's a Friday, then maybe at least business people could be like, well, but Thursday you'd have to take the day off, and then you got to go back on Friday, and I don't know. I just think that would help a lot.
Yeah, I agree with you.
As of late Monday, so yesterday, you could still buy 20 seats in a row for opening day.
I didn't realize it was that bad.
Think about that for a second.
Holy shit.
Yeah, the Tigers who use dynamic ticket pricing, so it changes whether the Yankees are in town or some shit team.
Right.
They cut their opening day prices at several levels since the start of February. February 1st, they had standing room only tickets going for $60. Now they're going for $45. This is damning too. The Huntington Woods Men's Club held a live auction last week with one of the packages featuring 40 opening day tickets, chauffeured bus ride downtown and back.
40 opening day tickets.
Yeah, let's open the bidding at $2,000.
$2,000.
$2,000.
What'd they get?
$550. Ooh, $550. Over for a chauffeured limo to and from the game and 40 tickets.
Damn, I wish I would have known about that.
I know,
$550.
It's sort of like the Silverdome sale, right? Had we known in advance
Yeah.
it would go for $500K or something, we all could have like pooled
Yeah.
it with a bunch of friends. And
Yeah,
bought the goddamn Silverdome.
We just have to find one friend that had like
Oh, you see my point.
$498,000, and then we could have totally gone in with him on it. Secondary market painting a pretty grim picture too. Hundreds of tickets are going below face on StubHub, stuff like that. Are you going down there? You like opening day?
I would, but Thursday.
We're having somebody in that day. Otherwise, I was gonna go.
Yeah.
But
They say a lot of this could be because I think this is the earliest start ever. Usually it's first week of April or whatever, and here it is the last week of March.
yeah, that probably plays a role too. Everybody's assuming it's gonna be like 25 degrees.
Yeah, and they don't know what the weather's going to be, and so they expect there'll be a run on tickets if the weather looks decent, the day before or whatever. So we'll see. Remember when I was in Colorado, I don't know, a few months, a year ago
Was
or
that
whatever?
an alleged visit to Colorado, or was that an actual?
No, it was an
That
actual.
was a year ago because he had brunch with Mike Massey.
Oh yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Right. That was documented. That was a trip.
Yeah, and why would I have a fake trip to Colorado under my
I
belt?
think there might have been. I don't remember where the fake trip was to.
I had a
Do
fake
you remember?
trip.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Family, I thought. Something with
Yeah.
family.
I don't know.
Something came up.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Okay. Anyway, when
You
I was
know what we're talking about.
you're talking about when I went to detox?
Yeah,
Oh shit! From 4 years ago, you
I
can
hate
just
to
say that. Just
I don't,
say
I don't
it.
know what I'm allowed to say.
Yeah,
anymore.
you
I don't
passed
know what
out
I'm allowed
and
to
the
say
firemen
anymore.
and policemen had to knock your fucking windows out to
But
get in.
I think that was a family trip. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Thought we cleared this up a few weeks ago.
I don't know what I'm allowed to do.
I
don't know if
said
you-
it on the
I
air.
don't know if you want me to
That opens
re-say
gates.
it.
It opens gates. Once I've said it, it's out there.
Okay, so you actually went to Colorado
Yes.
this time.
Yes. Are all vacations, future vacations?
They're
gonna
all
be
in question.
They're all in question now. Shit. Yes, I was
I just
actually
don't
in
remember
Colorado.
what we told the listeners, E.
I
It
understand.
was a family thing. I had a family thing.
Yes.
You'll remember the trip to Colorado because I went to their version of the Detroit Institute of Arts, and I saw the Star Wars exhibit.
Oh yeah, I remember
Remember
that.
that?
You got me the magnets. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you the magnets.
Yeah.
Still have
A
them.
very stormtrooper magnet that adorns my microphone stand to this day.
What did it come with? Vader, Trooper,
You gave me
Boba Fett.
You gave me these three.
Yeah.
Vader, Boba Fett, and a trooper, and then you gave E the Death Star.
Which is it's a 4-pack of these magnets. They're awesome. They couldn't come up with a single character better than the fucking Death Star.
Yeah, it was easy though. It's just round and
I know, but for Christ's sakes, it
made
was
for an
just
easy
dumb.
die.
I mean, it was so obvious. Okay, this is E. This is one E gets. Obviously, it's just the dummest one.
And he proceeded to break it that day.
I don't even know where it is.
You broke it. It's over on the floor somewhere.
Yeah, the magnet part's fallen off. Right? Is that what he?
Yes.
What he broke off? Anyway, that exhibit that I went to, they had all the costumes from the different movies.
Doesn't
And
it strike you how wee everybody is when you look at these costumes?
Yeah, it does.
You're like, oh my
It does.
gosh. Little
Yeah.
Hayden Christensen, just a wisp of a man.
Yes, and you're like, wow, that guy. I would have thought he was way bigger than
Yeah.
me. It's coming to the Detroit Institute of Arts.
Oh, kick ass.
Yeah, you got to go, dude.
I will.
I'm telling you, you will dig this a lot because it's got like tons of the starter hand drawings
Oh, yeah.
framed where it's like,
You can see where it develops.
yeah, it's like, okay, this is what I want Boba Fett to look like, and it's like they're drawing it out and
Boba Fett.
early renditions of the Vader costume,
Yeah.
and they've got the actual Vader there. They've got Boba Fett. They've got Boba Fett's actual full outfit, and you can like walk around the glass and see it. I mean, it's right there,
Sweet.
dude. It's bad as shit. So people are on
When's
the
that?
fence.
When's that coming?
It'll run May 20th through September 30th, and it's called the Star Wars and the Power of Costume. Features more than 60 costumes, including Vader, Chewbacca, droids, more. I thought the coolest thing was the R2D2 and C3PO, broken down C3PO and all those. Very cool. If you like that at all, if you're into Star Wars at all, you'll get something out of it. They also have, which is really cool, is who was the princess in the first
Queen Amidala, Padme.
Padme's, I mean, some of those wild
Ornate,
ass.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she wore some of the most unique costumes in that horrible movie. That was the first
Phantom Menace.
Yeah, Phantom Menace.
I predict it'll be remade someday.
You think so?
I do.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea to redo it and take the keys from the old man.
Yes.
Redo it. But some of those, dude, the Phantom Menace, like they've got his saber.
Darth
and
Maul, you mean?
Darth Maul. Like that whole dude.
Did you just describe Darth Maul as the Phantom Menace?
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, that's not him.
Yeah. Who
The
is
Phantom Menace is this menace that's growing underneath.
like a phantom?
It's really Senator Palpatine, right? It's the
think
guy
they've
who
got-
becomes the Emperor.
You know what they had on display?
What?
At least the one in Colorado. I don't know if it'll be at Detroit. His nails. They had Palpatine's nails
No
when he's
shit.
like "Zzz," with the lightning. Die, Skywalker! Zzz. And so the nails that they made for him that are all like, you
Yeah,
know.
sure.
Because I mean, it's
Gnarled.
basically he's getting electrocuted, even if it's just the tips of his
It's
fingers.
like old wizard hands.
Yes.
It's like E's feet would go on those with those hands.
Yes, East toes could go in the exhibit as Palpatine's things. They would fit nicely in there. There's at least 150 pieces of sketches involving the creative process. The exhibit was developed by the Smithsonian Institution Traveling Exhibition Service in partnership with Lucas Museum.
I will definitely attend that. That's
Yes.
cool.
$19 for tickets. I think you get $5 off if you're a Oakland County resident or Wayne, Oakland, or Macomb counties, and then kids are $7. But yeah, I really liked it. I'm sure you will too. So look forward to that. Coming to the Detroit Institute of Arts in May. NAACP. The brackets. I'm sure most people their brackets aren't alive. Can you believe there are 54 people that called that Final Four out of the that submitted to the what do they call it? The Capital One bracket. So CBS's official bracket. They sent these people like texts on their phone, like congratulations, you're one of 54 people on the planet who picked this Final Four of Loyola Chicago,
Yeah.
which would have been the hardest one to get.
I would think, yeah.
Yeah, Michigan, Villanova, and Kansas.
Honestly, I think
I
the other
can.
three are kind of gettable, you know?
Very gettable.
So,
yeah.
so you figure 54 people out there are either Loyola Chicago fans or just fuck, or don't know any better.
Yeah.
You know, just
Well, how
fuck it.
many brackets did those 54 people
Exactly.
turn out?
Honestly,
That's
I'm
the
not
thing.
that surprised by that. To be
Yeah,
honest.
that's true because you've got 2 1s and a 3.
Yeah.
And then an 11. So, yeah, odds aren't strong. I would think they would have millions of entries, though, for the official CBS one. Anyway, for ESPN's own bracket competition, 550 brackets out of the 17.3 million predicted the correct Final Four.
So nobody has the perfect bracket going yet.
No.
Nobody's been able to achieve that.
No, that was probably killed on day one when it was
16.
16 over a 1. So that percentage is 0.00003 of people were able to correctly get all 4 teams. Now that I think about it, I think that's low. More people should have gotten it.
I kind of agree with
1,
you,
1,
man.
and 3. That's dude. There were countless people that had 1, 1, and 3.
But what you have to do though is you have to go, okay, somebody's got to be crazy to pick Loyola, right? You've either got to be a fan or be fucking crazy or not give a
You
fuck.
went there.
Right? Yeah. But you also have to know enough to go, yeah, okay, I could see Villanova, Kansas, Michigan. Because if you're going to assign just arbitrariness to these people who got Loyola, you'd think they'd also have arbitrary answers to the other ones, and they don't.
Right.
So I think what you have probably are 54 people who are Loyola fans or connected in some part, just hopefully going, yeah, you know, I want them there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to vote
And
with
still,
my
like I said,
emotion.
maybe in one of their brackets, they threw
Right.
them all the way just to say, I'll fill out one with them going, just
Yeah.
be crazy.
Fuck it.
You would think if someone has Loyola, Chicago, they also have a 14
That's
seed.
my point.
Yeah. So it does seem weird that like someone filled out a proper thing on one half and then just threw this one wild card in there. But I guess there are people that would go, you know what? If that one wild card hits, I'm gold. Because picking 11 to make a run like that can save a
Right.
thing.
You figure nobody else will be there with it.
Yeah.
Well, 54 other people or 53 other people
Yeah.
are. But
You guys gonna watch the games? You probably will.
I'm not going to watch.
You didn't watch them last week.
are they both on Saturday?
Yeah,
They are, right?
And then the
Okay, am I
championship
going to
on
watch
Monday.
Michigan in the Final Four? Yes.
Yeah, you didn't watch them in the Elite Eight, so I
I
didn't know.
couldn't.
I didn't know.
It was not possible based on my like.
Well, you act like that's such an absurd question.
It's
They
an
played just the other
incredibly
day in
absurd
the Elite
question.
Eight to make the Final Four, and you didn't watch it.
It's,
So
it's an incredibly absurd question. I was at a music festival in a it was killing me that I couldn't watch the game. And the one
well, you
other-
could have. You just chose to go to a Dance
Okay,
festival.
well, you're right. I had a vacation situation planned ahead of the time. I knew my team was in the Elite Eight. You're right.
And I think, Jesus, in all fairness, Mike is factoring in your statements over time, which lend to the belief that you don't give a shit about sports anymore.
That's
So,
not true.
very
I
fair.
give a shit about sports when they're winning. And I watch.
He's a reasonable consumer. I'll give him that.
I actually
Fair
watched.
weather.
That's
I watched,
okay.
I've watched way more Michigan basketball this year overall through the season than the Pistons. So
Name the 5 starters.
I don't never know starters, dude. I never learned. It was a joke. It's been dude. I don't remember names.
Name 2 players.
Freaking, I don't know. See, I'm blanking now. It doesn't matter. I don't pay
Name
attention.
1 player.
I can't think of the fucking guy's name I'm trying to think of.
Name the coach.
German or whatever. Beeline, the German or whatever. Now I'm fucking having a big time brain fart.
Yes,
Doesn't
you
matter.
are.
I didn't say I'm the best
Huge
fan ever.
fan.
By the way, no. Not what I said. Not what I said. I didn't say I'm the best fan ever.
Wow,
I watched
that should not have worked. That
I
line
know,
of questioning
right?
should not have worked.
I know.
Name the starters. Yeah, fuck you, dude. Boo, 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 boo. Name
Yes.
2. And then for you to throw out name 1, name the coach.
Dude, I thought I'd go
that
name
was-
the starters. He'd get them, and then I go,
No,
all right,
I
name,
would never
name
be
the
able to
first
name
2
a
guys.
bench player.
I'm never able to name starters of teams. Never. I don't pay attention to names. I forget names in a second.
You couldn't remember Jordan Poole? who
You
hit the
couldn't
big
remember a
3?
single player from this team.
I've never said I'm the biggest fan by no means.
Mo Wagner?
That's what I was trying
Ooh.
to think of, but I couldn't
Yeah,
think
the
of it.
German
But
guy you said, which was close.
that's what I was trying to think. I don't, dude. It's not my job to know these. I don't give a shit. But I've watched a lot of games. That's all I care about.
Wants
What
to
are you
see that
watching when you
amazing
watch the
blue at
games?
the end with the higher score than the other.
I just watch. I'm usually on my phone and I'm just paying attention to the score. Like,
Okay.
I don't have to prove anything to anybody.
Fair enough. You acted like it was insane.
It
that I
is
would
insane.
Question.
It's insane. It absolutely is insane.
Well, you were at a dance party that started on Thursday and went all through Sunday. Same thing.
no, dude.
You could have checked out
no.
Thursday at whatever time, gone to the
No,
bar, watched the game.
Thursday, I
and
was in the
gone back.
middle of a flight. I was literally on a plane the entire time without Wi-Fi. If there would have been a Wi-Fi connection, I would have paid for it, but I couldn't.
Oh, you had your phone at that point?
Yes. And then Saturday, dude, you are talking about the middle of the bit of a huge fight. That's insane. That's a dumb question.
I didn't think it was so dumb, but
So you didn't watch either of those. Wait, did they have 2 games that you missed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Missed
you
it.
didn't watch either of them.
Okay, you know what? Just because it doesn't mean
I-
it was.
So they've played 4 games and you've watched 2 of them. So my questioning whether or not you were going to watch Saturday, it was a coin toss.
No, it's not. Not even.
It was a
close.
coin toss.
You're a fucking asshole.
Thank you.
it literally was a coin toss.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay,
seriously.
sure.
2 out of 4.
Yeah, 2 out of 4 he watched. He's a big fan. Can't name a single player.
Like
Coach.
to
I didn't-
describe as a coin toss.
say I was the
a
biggest
coin
fan.
toss
A coin toss, yeah.
is exactly appropriate in that
No,
instance.
not. It is. No, it's not.
I would have looked like a fool if I said obviously he's going to watch, and then he didn't. So I just wanted to cover myself there.
You're such a moron sometimes. I don't really
You
get
couldn't
it.
have described it any better, Mike. Coin
I
toss.
just-
Coin toss.
Toin toss I like better. I like toin toss better.
Are you gonna watch? I'm shocked. I'd be shocked if you watch.
Yeah, I've watched every game, all of them, start to finish.
I don't believe that you have watched start to finish. To be honest with
I
you.
totally believe
What
it.
do you mean? Where am I going? E? I don't leave the house. Of course, I've
You don't
watched
even like
every
college
minute.
basketball. Like,
I love the tournament. E. Been very open about that.
Okay.
I watched Michigan State start to finish too. Do you guys like Heineken beer?
You know,
I was forced to drink it all weekend because that's all they sold at the festival.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a
'Cause
racist.
It was the official
did the job, right? He's
official beer.
Yeah, lighter's better, right?
Isn't
Right.
that? It's always skunky tasting to me. Like,
I would agree with you.
Yeah,
there's a
it's got that
skunky.
weird-
Immediately, I was trying to think of the word. I'm
I
like,
get it
"Ah,
sometimes when I just want to get something different and they don't have maybe they don't have micro brews at the plate. You know, I don't know. There's some bars I'll go to and they don't have 50 beers, but Heineken will be a choice.
Well,
Yeah.
you guys are going to want to avoid it. Apparently, they're racist now.
dude. Okay, go ahead.
What?
Tell the,
No,
no,
go
tell
ahead.
the story because my perception of Heineken was that it always is like a black dude beer. You know, black dudes always tend to
Really?
be drinking it. Yes, I think it was marketed very much toward African Americans.
Yeah.
and at least for years. I mean,
Colt
maybe,
45 is the one I think.
no,
of.
I'm thinking like I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking more 2000ish. I really think that they were marketing directly toward African Americans. So for this charge to be levied on them is
I think the first
ironic.
time.
Yeah. Well, do you have the commercial there? Yeah, it's a 30-second commercial. A bartender slide. It's for their new light beer, Heineken Light or something, and he slides it down the rail, and so it's going past people that are sitting there.
Ugh, yeah, that was too close.
I know I'm clothed, and so is he, but just touching.
Yeah.
It goes past people, and the bartender is a light-skinned guy. I don't know if he's white or black, but as the beer gets sent down the lane there, it passes like a black guy playing guitar, passes a black chick who's a model, and then it stops at a white chick, and then it says lighter is always better or something like that.
Okay, I would watch it myself if he's this good.
Well, I was ready to
There you
play
go.
it.
So he notices a girl down there.
There it goes down there. Goes
Black
past the
chick.
Yeah,
Black guy. No, not stopping for any of you blacks.
Yeah.
Sometimes
lighter is better. I don't think she's a white chick. I think she's Asian, perhaps.
I thought she looked
Pacific
Latino.
Islander.
What?
I think she's
Yeah.
Pacific Islander.
she's an islander for sure.
Tongan,
Perhaps.
Samoan.
Maybe. Either way, she's lighter skinned than some of those, the dark ones that they showed. The beer just
Definitely past some
screaming
dark
by.
ones.
I mean, that was like clear cut. Racist? Do you see racist there?
I'm glad I don't, because honestly,
I know,
that would
right?
be an awful world to live in.
Well, Chance the Rapper
it's
did.
Too bad that people do.
Isn't that sad? I think some companies are purposely putting out noticeably racist ads so they can get more views, and that shit is racist.
Is
So
it that?
I guess I shouldn't help. I shouldn't help by posting about it, but I just got to say though, sometimes the lighter is better. Heineken commercial is terribly racist.
Did I miss a paren skin after the word lighter? Or
No, it just said lighter is better. It can't be that obvious.
it's beer, right? I mean, it's light beer.
Yeah, and lighter beer is better because you're
Not-
not going to pack on the pounds as much. Only 99 calories.
Not just racist, but like terribly racist. Like it's
Terribly.
like overtly like this is obvious. Somebody was like, we do not want a black person getting this, and in fact, we want to make sure that it passes through several black people to really hammer home.
No, more than that, it's we do not like darker skinned people. We like lighter
Lighter-skinned people.
Drinking our
Lighter
beer.
skinned
Yes.
people. That's what that said to
Right.
Chance the Rapper.
And
incredible.
Helen felt the same exact way. And when she took to Twitter, this Heineken light beer commercial is definitely racist.
And this is Helen from Twitter.
Helen Ehrenhofer.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Helen Ehrenhofer.
What idiots do they have approving this ad? Fire that person! And the ad agency who developed it should be fired, period. I watched this ad. It is racist. Well, that's all I needed to hear. I mean, Helen is very clear. And then we've got imagine creating a racist commercial and being proud of it. Never giving Heineken my business again. That guy's out.
Explain how it's racist.
Yeah, because
Does anybody
the beer,
tackle that head on?
The beer went by all the black faces.
Is that what they say? It's because we sent a beer by black people and it ended up with a Pacific Islander?
Yeah, I went to the lighter skinned one, and then it said lighter is better because it passed all the blacks, and it was like, ugh, gross, ugh, too dark. Ugh,
What
gross.
about the qualification that it's sometimes better?
No, it doesn't do it. I think because this is terrible, and I don't want to see this type of thing. I think what this commercial is fixable, and I think what they need to do is just fire all the black actors. Because if you get rid of the black guy playing the guitar, the black model, and the black girl at the end of the rail, and you just put whiteys in there,
I know. That's
then you send that beer.
Dude, that's what I thought too as you were explaining this. And it's like, you know, how far we've come in advertising where we've got a really diverse
Isn't that funny?
portrayal of just people, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's still not good enough, or
Yeah.
you still
Yeah, like,
you see what you
it's
want to
mocked
see.
more now
It's-
than ever. It's like, because dude, if you look at catalogs from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, it's hilarious. I mean, even inner city school shots are fucking white kids with mock fucking graffiti around. Like they couldn't even use real ghetto shots. Like it was so white, and so diversity's gone over the edge. Now it's more diverse than it's ever been ever in time, and it's like this is all we get. The Gap commercial, the fucking little monkey guy. Remember the kid with the monkey shirt?
Yes, I
He
do.
had that shirt on, and everyone had to apologize, and that kid got losed his job, losed his modeling job.
He was a cute.
What is he, the best monkey in the jungle or something?
Like that.
And yeah, it's like, dude, because I would take a step back. Even if I saw that, I would go, boy, am I searching for something? Because yeah, I guess I could make that fit. I can see what he saw, and I can make that fit in my head and go, yeah, light beer, light skin. You zip it past all the dark people. It goes to the light skinned person, and then you end it with lighter is better. But take a step back from that for a second. Do you really think Heineken is going, fuck, man, fuck these blacks.
Yeah.
How do we say fuck these blacks?
Really send a message.
Really send a message, and but squeak under the line that we can just giggle about it in the boardroom, like, can't believe they bought that commercial. God damn. Like, do you really think Heineken is doing that? Because they're not. Heineken's in the business of selling beers, period.
Like I said, for many years, I really think they were targeting African Americans.
Well, Heineken has come out now. They've removed the ad from TV. Gone. And online. Gone. So all these great actors here that had this gig, Mom, look for me on TV. Yeah. Chance the Rapper just threw them all off TV, so they're not on TV anymore. For decades, Heineken has developed diverse marketing that shows there's more that unites us than divides us. While we feel the ad is referencing our Heineken light beer, we missed the mark. We're taking the feedback to heart, and we'll use this to influence future campaigns.
Is it possible to use that ad campaign? Later is sometimes better. In this day and age, take the optics out of it, Mike. Is it possible to use that message?
Yeah.
But
I
light
mean,
beer.
hold on. We talked about the cards yesterday and the gender problems with a king overvaluing a queen.
Yeah,
How do you say
hashtag
that?
queen. Queens,
Yeah, I mean, in this environment, is it possible to use the slogan "lighter is sometimes better"?
You have to add carbs then. Just lighter carbs is better. I mean,
Less carbs is sometimes better.
No. You know what? It's an absurd question to even ponder.
I know.
However, when we're left to ponder, can you say people kind instead of mankind?
I
It's
like
more
to say
inclusive.
people kind.
It's more inclusive.
We like to say people kind, not necessarily mankind.
Right. You know, and it got as far as like Goldman Sachs, where it's like, well, should we use gold person Sachs? Well, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, if you really wanted to stop offending people, maybe it's like, really, bitch, really, fuck. People are insane.
Yes, they are.
So the question is: it lighter is better?
Lighter is sometimes better. Is that possible in this day and age to be a slogan for light beer?
Yesterday, I would have said, yeah, that's fine. Today, I don't. Honestly, dude, I don't know. I don't know if people are going to look for racism that deeply in something like this. Maybe you can't say lighter is better. Maybe we should.
You have to be referring to skin if you say light. I mean, it's just,
I'm thinking we should
we're
pull.
so far around the bend on this shit. This is so ridiculous.
Yeah, I think we should even, like, to go full all the way, we should probably have a meeting with the people at Bic and Zippo and see if we can't get lighters changed to just, like, you know, finger fires or something. You know what I mean?
it's clear that we
Bic
just need to
presents
kill
the new
white people.
finger
to
fire.
me. Like, white people just need to be killed, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I don't think.
Well, we're devils, E.
Right.
And our fucking forefathers did this to us.
Right.
They're the ones that turned us into devils. Wasn't me. Wasn't you.
All white cops are fucking devils and white people.
And white people. You know, he really misstated that. Because if he's going to say all white people, that would encompass cops as well.
Hasn't he
you
ever
know?
seen a Venn diagram?
Yeah. Saying he's dumb because he's black.
Yeah, wow.
No, I'm saying he's dumb because he's dumb.
Joe Biden. Boy, he's just a well-spoken, clean guy, that Barack Obama. Very clean and
Look at his
well-spoken.
teeth.
Man. Ugh. Yeah, it's. I hope this changes. I know people. You can feel the frustration from
Yeah.
everybody. You know, we talk about it a lot, and sometimes you and I can both be just like, oh, fuck these stories, because there's so many of them. But I think, you know, the more this happens, the more pushback there's going to be. I hope, anyways.
It's part of what got Trump elected. I know I say that a lot in regard
no,
to a
it's
lot
true.
of things, but it is a piece of what
It's
what
a
led to
huge
that.
piece. It's a huge piece. People are tired of walking on eggshells.
Tired of being told you're a racist and you're a
Yeah.
piece of shit. You know
Yeah.
that. Oh, you want to have a gun? Or, you're a murder. You like murder. You like murdering kids.
Blood on your
We're
hands.
Tired of hearing that.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's a disgusting claim, and you know, it's not going to stop, but it's not helping either. So anyway, I'm going to continue at this point to say light beer, but I'm taking a risk. I don't blame you guys if you want to bail on that. Maybe they'll change it to diet beer. Did you see this photojournalist, a American photojournalist who was captured by Al Qaeda
Right.
and got free, and he's shitting all over the FBI.
He is, man.
Saying they betrayed him. Matt Schrier, he's 39 years old, was taken hostage by al-Nusra, which is just one of the
Derivatives.
spokes of Al Qaeda. He claims he was tortured and beaten. He said they did that thing where they like have your feet up and then they take that cord, that like thick cord, and whap the bottom of your feet. I'm like, God, that would tickle. Oh, I hate being tickled on my feet. They were accusing him of working for the CIA. Imprisoned him in a dark cell for 7 months until he managed to escape. So he gets back to the U.S., and so he starts investigating. Like, so what's going on? Were you guys coming or what?
Yeah.
What's going on? And he's found a pattern of betrayal from the FBI agents assigned to his case. He said the FBI was monitoring his bank accounts after the terrorist used his money to buy a bunch of computers and tablets. And so he claims the agents were trying to run intelligence operations, trying to track the computers and then learn more about what they could about these terrorists, their whereabouts, game plans, that kind of thing. But they should have instead been investigating how to rescue me. That's what they should have been doing. So they're monitoring my financial records straight off the bat. They're letting them steal this money. Why are they letting them steal the money? What's the angle? Well, what are they buying? They're buying laptops and tablets. If they intercept them, they do their little spy thing, and then they deliver them right into the hands of Al-Qaeda. And they create basically a dream come true for the intelligence community, a way to infiltrate the enemy like never before without them even knowing it. Boy, oh boy. If that accusation is true, can you kind of see where the FBI or the intelligence community would be coming from? Like, look, I know there's one guy there, but these fucking assholes took his credit cards and they bought a bunch of shit that we can monitor.
Yeah. Got to break a few eggs.
Yeah. They bought dozens of computers and laptops. They don't know we know this.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Matt.
That doesn't surprise me at all, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, we'd love to send a Black Hawk in there to scoop you up.
They never thought Matt would get out or investigate his own kidnapping and attempt to rescue.
Matt won't shut up.
Or lack thereof.
I was like, yeah, Matt, I know we like to think that missiles are going to come shooting out of the ground and take down incoming enemy missiles or whatever. We like to think that the minute we get captured, like the Black Hawk Down is on its way. You know what I mean? It's coming. Just wait for the cavalry. We'll be there in a minute. But, I don't know. When the terrorists were spending his money, the FBI agents sent in to investigate his disappearance were misleading his mom. They wrote her saying, early indications suggest that he's the one spending the money. We think it's Matt buying all this stuff. I'd been kept in the dark for extremely long periods of time. I'm infested with bed bugs. Yet, according to the FBI, I'm speaking to people on my cell phone. I'm buying laptops, cologne, boots, sunglasses, going into Turkey once in a while to get away from things. You know, just like all jihadis do. Because southern Turkey, that's like the Hamptons, you know. He's demanded answers from the FBI, which was at the time headed by Bob Mueller, guy tracking Trump right now. And when he returned, but claims he was ignored, his communications still went completely unanswered when James Comey took over the ranks. I was emailing him questions. I was forwarding him all these emails, demanding answers from him. I never got anything back. Schrier said he debriefed the FBI and CIA when he returned to America, but they didn't offer much help when it came to getting his stolen money back. I gave them more information than probably 50 informants could have given them. I gave them Skype names. I gave them more than anyone in my situation has ever given them. What I got in return was lies, betrayal, nothing. Yeah. Nobody will return my calls. Now, he wasn't a, Marine. You know what I mean? He's a photojournalist.
Right.
So I would expect that if it would... Do you think it would be a different story if one of our soldiers was captured?
I would hope so.
Yeah, because I think that's a different story. I don't know why I say that, but no offense to any photojournalists out there. But I think there would be more of an extreme action taken to go get your boy.
That's right.
He's on the ground. He's
no
fighting.
man left behind.
No one left behind. Photojournalist?
Yeah, he's in there on his own volition. He probably snuck across. Probably illegally there.
People are probably fucking yelling at us right now for being such dicks. But, I don't know. Let's take a quick break, Jay.
Sure.
Oh, man. Remember that kid that got his head taken off?
Which one? Oh, the water slide?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, remember that?
He came wobbling down the slide, and then the body came down after.
Do you know, are you sure on that? Do you know which one came down first? Head or body?
I thought it was head, but...
Yeah, you might be right.
I mean, the body's probably got more drag, right?
Yeah, but it's got a slick thing of water taking it down. I thought the head maybe got tangled in the
Yeah, you're
netting for a second.
You're probably right.
Came bouncing down a couple.
That's what happened, right? He bounced up and hit the netting. So yeah,
Yep.
you're probably right. Body makes it first.
Yeah. I don't
Plus,
know,
wasn't the body on like a raft thing with a participant? Wasn't it a dual raft?
Yeah, that's right.
So this lady has to ride down with a
Yeah.
kid's body.
Yeah. Or head. We don't know for sure. It was one or the other.
Which
Anyway.
one would you rather ride down with?
Probably head. Seriously, probably head.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
it's not
probably
gonna-
spurting less shit and
Yeah.
I think it's
And-
obvious because you can't. The head, dude. You can look up and just kind of the body's going to be all over you. That it's going to be
Slide
coming out of
into
the
your back.
neck.
yes.
Yeah.
I would-
I'd rather ride down with the head. I'm with you.
So okay, so if I'm going down and we're like, whoa, boom, and I turn around, I'm like, dude, that was crazy, and it's just a head sitting there, I think we just go, ah, and like scoop it out really quick.
There you go.
It's like, ah!
Yes, you can't do that with a body, right?
Not even close. No way. And like you said, who knows? I don't know. Does the body twitch and stuff when it's
I imagine.
freshly
Spurts,
decapped?
twitches.
Yeah. Ugh. Well, we'll get into that story. There's an update. Participants, not the headless kid, but other parties involved. We'll get into that more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey, TDC listeners, it's Kelly from the Hamlin Pubs. I know it's cold outside, but we all know spring is right around the corner, and you know what that means. Tigers opening day, and we've got you covered. For $45, we'll hook you up with food, drinks, transportation to and from the biggest pregame bash party in Detroit. So make sure you call one of your 5 Metro Detroit locations to book your reservation.
Now, bitches, here are Mike and Jay.
All right. Welcome back to the Detroit Cast with Mike and Jay. And there's that little guy I was telling you about. That's Caleb Schwab. That's with his head still on.
Yep. It was back in the day.
Yeah. That was before August 7th, 2016.
Was he like 10 or something? Yeah. 10.
Poor little guy. He kind of had a long neck, too.
It was kind of, you know, if you're going to say it was prone to detachment.
Don't say it was asking for it. I wouldn't say that, but I saw a picture of him and his dad, and it looked even longer than that. Turtlenecks were going to be a problem at some point. That's all I'll say. Water company's co-owner was arrested yesterday in Texas.
Wow.
In connection with the criminal case arising from young Caleb's death. Jeffrey Henry is the co-owner of, boy, they were really into the German thing, weren't they? The Schlitterbahn
Yeah.
water parks and resorts.
That was their theme, right?
Yeah.
Lots of Lederhosen. Lederhosen abounds.
Verrückt Slide, which was German for insane, crazy. But it's in Kansas City.
I know.
You know, it's kind of dumb, but whatever. Henry's arrest follows a grand jury's indictment last week of the park and its former operations director, Tyler Miles, on 20 felony charges, including a single count of involuntary manslaughter. Boy, they're going big after these guys, huh? He was decapitated while riding the ride.
As reported.
Verrückt. The indictment alleges that the ride met few, if any, industry standards, and Miles delayed or avoided necessary repairs. It's like a 170-foot slide, and he wanted to have the biggest in the world, biggest water slide. So it was just like, get it done, get it done, get it done. One of those things. Sounds like it was a rush job. And so serious safety violations and red flags were ignored.
So this is one of a kind, because I feel like a lot of these things are, oh, yeah, you know, it's the biggest here, but they've got a similar one over in wherever.
But I thought that was their
Pick the
thing.
country.
Like, oh yeah, there's one that's 168 feet in Italy or
Gotcha.
whatever. But no, we're the biggest.
So this is like the big house in Tennessee back in the day going,
Yeah.
oh, well, you're the biggest stadium, really?
Oh yeah. Well, what
So they
does
just
Tennessee have to say about that?
Yeah, extending it a few feet.
Yeah. Investigators say the company knew the ride was unsafe. There are allegations that other riders suffered several injuries, not as bad, quite as bad as Caleb. They had neck pain, but for a different reason, and not nearly as extensive of neck pain as Caleb. Some concussions, but they kept the slide open anyways. The company even hid these reports in order to keep the ride open. So they had the grand opening in July of 2014, and then Caleb shut the whole project down in August of 2016. So it's not that bad. 13 people injury. We lost one head.
In what time frame?
From July of 2014 to August of 2016. So 2-year run.
Decent run, man.
It only decapitated one person. There were some concussions. Usually because the thing, I guess that, you know, you were talking about, it's like on a raft.
Yeah.
You're on a raft going down and it would just like hit the top and it would launch you.
Right.
And they're like metal nets. It's not like a net.
Really? Like
Yeah.
a mesh?
Yeah. And so people would smack their head into that and, oh, I got a concussion. And Caleb, for his part, there was a pole that held the metal nets in place. And he hit the pole. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Like,
right in the neck, right?
yeah. Damn, man, you pulled me in the neck. And that the pole won, like, bigly. Because of those rafts going airborne. So they, yeah.
God, this
Poor
just,
little guy.
you know, again, when you get older and you guys talked about finally looking at rides and saying, like, wow, I don't know. It just, there's a time when you just assume
Dude, that little kid was on cloud 9. This is going to
I'm
be
in a
badass.
water park. It's
Yeah.
the tallest thing. Oh, my God.
As you should, right? As a little kid,
Hell
you
yeah.
be able to trust adults, right? Not to put you in some crazy, harmful situation, right?
Yeah, of course. Was it you and I, Jay, that were driving back, I don't know, like a week ago from somewhere, and we saw some crazy outdoor water slide setup coming out of a hotel or
Oh,
something?
yeah. That was
Wasn't
was that in Minnesota?
Oh, yeah, it was in Minnesota. Yeah,
Great
yeah.
Wolf?
Yes. And but it was like, God, if a kid sees that, he's his version of fucking rock in the
Yes.
backseat of the car. That's all there's to it. That's all he's going to talk about.
It's exciting.
Very. The police described Caleb's death as resulting from a fatal neck injury.
Yeah.
I think that's that's fair.
Have they settled their civil suit yet?
I don't.
I feel like we reported on that about a year ago. I don't remember. Maybe I'm imagining that, but I assume a quick Bing search would
What would
bring
the
that to light.
civil suit be like for all those families, for that family, or for everybody? A civil suit is everybody, right?
No, man. It's like the family sued the park, right?
Oh,
Wants money.
Yeah. I don't know. Bingity. See if they did.
You mean I get some money out of this?
Yeah, I
Civil
want some
suit?
money because I had to read that story. It scared me. I can't even go on escalators anymore. If anything going downhill, I might lose my head.
A criminal matter means that the people of the state are bringing, a matter against a person. Going to take your liberty away, perhaps. Whereas a civil suit, talking
want
about money
money.
damages.
Yes.
Person to person, person
Yeah.
to corporation.
Fred Goldman
Yes.
versus OJ. $75 million now with inflation.
Different standards of proof.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, right?
See, but I don't think they're going to have trouble proving that. Like, we knew how guilty OJ was, and here, the kid when he was at the top of the slide, he had his head still on.
He did.
And then when he got to the bottom,
I think they can stipulate
didn't.
as to the injury.
Yeah.
I think the intent is going to be central
oh,
to both claims.
it's like, sir, Exhibit A. I took this picture when my boy was at the top of the slide. Exhibit B. Here he is at the bottom of the slide. You see the difference?
Yeah, if all you
know
had
what I
to
mean?
do was prove an injury, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, it'd be amazing. Be amazing.
Yeah. Sometimes things happen and there's just nobody who's going to be left holding the bag,
Yeah, I would agree normally, but anytime you've got a child's
I'm not saying
slide,
this is one of those,
I
Mike.
think they should be able to get to the bottom of it
I'm
with
just
their
saying
head still
when
attached.
when you approach
At a bare
matter,
minimum.
when you approach a matter, I know our culture is very litigious. And you go, oh, shit, I got hurt. Somebody has to pay. Not always.
Yeah.
Sometimes bad shit happens, and we shouldn't have to try to shoehorn in somebody in terms of liability.
Fair enough. And accidents happen, but keeping a kid's head on his body.
I would agree with you.
For
This
a
one-
spinner on any ride, it seems like that's not that high a standard to expect. You know what I mean? Let us know, E, if you find anything there. God damn it, this bums me out, dude. That Maryland, that kid, that piece of shit in Maryland that shot his girlfriend in the head, and then
It's not been reported on because the school officer ran around the corner and bang!
Yeah, well,
Took him down to Chinatown, right? The girl was taken off life support last week, right?
yeah, she was in the hospital for 2 days on life support, and she wasn't going to get any better, so they took her off. But they're now reporting officially that it was a self-inflicted
God
gunshot.
damn it.
Sons of... Yeah, the cop shot him in the gun hand. Like, they shot at the same time, but the kid saw the cop and, shot himself. But it sounds like he was on a mission to shoot her, because he walked by 3 more classrooms before the cop turned the corner. Saw him with a gun, and they shot simultaneously. So, yeah, Austin Rollins fired a fatal shot to his own head just as he encountered Deputy Blaine Gaskell.
So, of course, the people on the side of wanting to arm people at schools to protect from mass school shootings, this was one that they were hopeful
Yeah.
that the facts would bear out in their favor.
Yes.
But-
and now they can go, yeah, the kid shot himself. Get over yourself. The cop didn't have anything to do with it. Cop kind of a badass, though. He shot the gun out of the kid's hand. The kid had the fucking gun. I mean, he just like, pew, shot it right out of his hand. Desmond Barnes. Imagine that.
Did he call glass? So, did he mean to do that?
I don't know if he did. Backboard? Did he? I don't know. How hilarious would that be if he called
Hand!
backboard? Hand. Gun hand. Boom. If he called his shot, yeah, that'd be awesome. Desmond Barnes was shot in the thigh, was released a day after the shooting, and they were doing a tourniquet on him, a little chubby black kid, I think, if I've got that right. He was like, oh, man, I was shot at Burns. So you're wondering.
Okay, yeah, it burns.
He said he got shot in the back of the thigh, and he's like, oh, man, it burns. And like, hang with this little buddy. Hang with this little guy. He's like, oh, it burns.
How old is he?
He's like 11.
Oh.
No, 14.
Poor kid.
Yeah, Desmond Barnes. It turns out when the kid shot his girlfriend, the bullet went through her head and then into his thigh. So it was like a 2-for-1.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
bounce around, man.
Yeah. So he was seeking shelter in the classroom, and then I wonder see if they just had a bucket of rocks in there, could have prevented so much of this. You know what I mean? Like, because Barnes would have been going to a different spot. He wouldn't have been diving under her desk. He would have been going to the bucket.
Better than nothing. I stand by it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're still praising him, the cop, but It's not as cool a story. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It's just
Square peg, round hole at this point. Damn it.
The Schwab family settled for $20 million in
not
January
bad.
of 2017.
Dude, I would fucking have a kid.
They have other kids.
I would have a kid to kill it for $20 million. I would.
People have kids and kill them, or, you know.
I'm thinking about having a kid, and all I'm going to do for his entire life is just take him on the most dangerous rides on the planet. We're just going to travel the world.
Don't abort that shit. It's
No.
a potential payoff down the line.
Yeah. Yep. Did you want to read something there, Jay?
I did, and I want to say this without prefacing it with the word "hey."
Well, now by mentioning
you
that's
can't-
kind of a...
What?
can't
That's
do
my
that.
new Segui.
No.
I'm going to say this without using the
You
word
just
"hey."
said hey, though.
Yeah, but you
Said it twice now.
You have an
Hey.
annual physical to make sure you're healthy, says Mark Leibovitz of LPL Financial. Well, what do you do each year to make sure that you remain financially fit? Probably nothing. Well, Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial specializes in thoughtful and objective investment guidance designed to keep your finances in shape. Call Mark today, 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
You are missing out if you're not taking advantage of this offer from Merck. Even if
agree.
you have a financial advisor already, contact Merck. He's a great guy. He'll look
He's
at
a
your
good boy.
stuff, and if you're all set, he'll tell you you're all set. He's not trying to get you to move out of what you're comfortable with over to him. He will be honest with you. You can trust this dude. Believe me, I've known him since 3rd grade. I have my entire nest egg with Merck. That's how much I trust him.
and he's very much, as far as professional goes, don't think of Jay and I.
No,
he's
most people
not-
meet him. They're like, oh my gosh.
Why would he hang out with you guys?
Geographic coincidence,
Totally.
honestly.
Merck had money growing up. He was first to get a car, I think. He was fun.
He was
a good athlete.
Look, I'll say it right now. Kickball field,
yeah,
right?
dominant.
Who do you want on your team?
Merck.
Yeah, 3rd grade
Always.
kickball field. That's where I met him.
Yeah,
Instant friend.
yeah. He's a dynamite athlete. He's good with money. Better than we were. Eagles of death metal. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. The Bataclan?
Hell yeah. Jesse Hughes, lead singer.
Yes. Of course, this is...
Yes, Bataclan in Paris.
Yes.
Where, I don't remember who they were. That was the most... Remember the pictures? Like, they wouldn't show us bodies.
Yeah.
But you got to see the floor after, and it looked like someone had just thrown red paint, buckets of red paint everywhere. I mean, it was just... They were boxed in like rats, and these assholes come in and, with Kalashnikovs, I believe, and just...
Sure they weren't ARs, Mike?
I believe they were Kalashnikovs
I believe
in
you're right.
Paris. Yeah. I don't know if they might have even been automatics. Those guys might have had,
You're right.
an M16 type, not an AR. But anyway, Jesse Hughes survived that, and he's kind of been annoying. He says some weird shit at weird times, and freaks people out. He's a Trump supporter, which is weird. Usually someone in the arts or music is not a big Trump supporter, but he is. And so he felt the need to come out on Instagram and post a series of things shitting all over the March for Our Lives
Oh, man.
kids. Called them pathetic. And they're insulting the memories of their slain classmates. He posted 5 times about gun control protests, including once when he wrote the student survivors were capitalizing on the deaths of their classmates by staging protest walkouts. He shared an illustration. I kind of laughed at this. He shared an illustration, like a cartoon drawing of a woman talking to a guy and the bubbles over their heads. So she's telling him, I turned my gun in to do my part in ending violence. He replies, I chopped off my own dick to stop rape. It's not bad,
Yeah.
He accused the teen survivors exploiting the death of the classmates and teachers for a few Facebook likes and some media attention. The Whitney Houston song about letting the children lead the way wasn't actually an operating paradigm for life. And when the truth don't line up with your bullshit narrative, just hold your breath and stamp your feet and refuse to accept it. Then take multiple days off from school playing hooky at the expense of your 16 classmates and their blood. Might be funny if it wasn't so pathetic and disgusting. As a survivor of a mass shooting, I can tell you from firsthand experience that all of you protesting and taking days off from school insult the memory of those that were killed and abuse and insult me and every other lover of liberty by your every action. Whoa. Those did get taken down. I don't know why. I think he said what a lot of people feel in some ways.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how effective that is, though, going after the kids, because
yeah.
I think as days wear on here, I think they become more enlightened to what is actually going on. I think they are consciously choosing a side now and being obviously politically active.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this did grow out of genuine like emotion that this is just wrong. This shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
And I think maybe the more central villain for that side of the
David
argument, shouldn't necessarily be David Hogg, but should be the media and the the leftist groups that are behind trying to organize these kids and use them.
This is going to be a terrible question, but I can't help but wonder, at this point, was the Parkland school shooting maybe not the worst thing in the world? Because it's launched an agenda and gotten to the forefront for people that want the gun debate front and center.
Of course.
Is it worth it to sacrifice 17 people to have this raging march and all that kind of stuff?
I mean, we've pointed that out with other issues too. Yeah, in the reality, the media loves it, and the side that politically is gaining. Yeah, I mean, if truth be told, gun to their head, no pun intended, they do like this. This is good.
Yeah, I that's funny you say that too about the media, because when I was telling you yesterday about David Hogg tweeting out the picture of the front page of the Washington Post and the New York Times that had the sky view of the massive amounts of people that
wasn't
were in
as big as the
Washington.
inauguration.
Not even close. Mine was way better. Fuck immigrants. And he's like, hey, yeah, we're just getting started, man. You know, we're like we're a team together, and we're just getting rocking and rolling on this thing, man. Love you guys. To the Post, and I'm like, dude, I'm thinking, you're so young. I get it. I know it feels like it that they're on your team, but let's be crystal clear about something, Mr. Hogg. If they could have a mass school shooting every day of the fucking year, they'd be fine with that. That guarantees them job safety. Like, the last thing that the press wants is a boring news. Ask the people in Ferguson, Missouri, how much the media. They were there every day for 160 days, and when they couldn't fucking squeeze any more bullshit out of that story, they just packed up and left. They packed up and left, never to be seen from again. They used those poor people to an nth degree, acted like they were best friends. Oh, calling them in the middle of the night, are you doing okay, man? Until the story shifted somewhere better, somewhere more lucrative for them. Maybe a school shooting. Know what it was. And you talk to those people in Missouri now, and they're like, man, what happened?
Yeah.
They were all just here like a day ago. What happened?
We're gonna improve everything.
What happened there? Yeah, we were on the same team. We're gonna fix everything. Where'd they go? It's like, yeah, they left you with your burnt out buildings of rubble and shit to take care of yourself. The story has moved on. And so, Hogg, you're gonna run into the same thing.
Well, I don't think Hogg will, because I think he's savvy enough to realize that, and I think he's just picking his team, and he will continue on with that team. I think him in particular, he will continue on with an agenda as part of the group.
It's kind of shitty what people are doing, too. Did you see the picture of them that was going around with Emma Gonzalez front and center, Hogg being all fucking in the background, and she's tearing the Constitution, We the People, in half, right? It's a scroll of the Constitution. It's like, and people are like, you fucking bitch. Well, it turns out what she was actually tearing was one of those bullseye paper, like shooting target practice papers. She's tearing that in half, and someone, oh, I could probably make that into the Constitution, and then fucking photoshopped the shit out of it.
That's not cool.
Made it like she's tearing the Constitution, and all these kids are like, yeah, fuck the Constitution. Just kind of a dick move. Kind of funny, but kind of a dick move, because it's gone around a lot, and a lot of people think these kids are shredding the Constitution.
When in fact it's
fake news. Fake news, bigly. My crowds are still bigger, and the best. My crowds are the best ones.
You know what's not fake news, Mike?
What?
The deals over at dealsonthed.com.
Nice Segui.
Spring is in the air.
Did he say hey, by the way?
I didn't. Spring is in the air, and that means it's truck month at Zott Ford and Holly. Check out these ridiculous deals on the best-selling trucks and SUVs in America. Lease a new 18 Ford Escape for just $147 a month, or lease a new loaded 18 Ford Explorer at $194 a month. Finally, lease the #1 selling truck on the planet, a new 18 Ford F-150 4-wheel drive Super Crew, as low as $138 a month. See their details and their massive inventory at dealsinthed.com.
I believe that was 181.
No, it's 138, if you can believe that.
Really?
Yes, dude.
It's not possible. Not possible. See the bullseye?
Oh, yeah.
There's a GIF or whatever of this.
GIF.
GIF. Yeah. I'm saying GIF. It starts with a G. But yeah. So I don't know if he
that's easily. I would think anybody who knows any modicum of Photoshop would be able to turn that into a Constitution.
Yeah, and they did. former Saints cheerleader suing the franchise. She was fired, posting a picture of herself in a one-piece swimsuit.
Dude,
See
is
the
this
story?
is this a one-piece swimsuit? Honestly, I clicked on the story. Isn't this lingerie? Isn't it?
I don't know what it is.
I'll tell you this much, and I will fight to the ends of the earth. This is a bad picture of her. I don't know why she posted this. Pull it up, Isis. Ding it.
It's not the swimsuit picture.
Dude, oh, you're looking at one where
I'm
she's
looking
in
at
like
one
a
she's
Baywatch.
very cute.
Dude, I'm looking at her in a lingerie picture.
Yeah.
and it's bad, man. It's
Really?
really. Check out Deadspin, Isis. You'll find it easy.
Bailey Davis is her name. She was fired after 3 years with the Saints, who claimed she'd violated their extremely strict code of conduct. They accused her of appearing nude, semi-nude, or in lingerie. And so there you go. Because I was like, a one-piece bathing suit. Why would they give a shit if she's in a one-piece bathing suit? And attending a party with some of the football players, both of which are prohibited. The cheerleaders are bound by rigorous contracts, which forces them to abide by a number of rules when it comes to their social media accounts. This is so dumb, dude. They have to be kept private, and they are not permitted to allow playing members of the Saints follow them. So anyone on the team, they're not allowed to follow.
Yeah.
If a cheerleader is dining at a restaurant, a player walks in, bitch, out of you, go.
Yeah.
Beat it. It's in the middle of dinner, and Drew Brees walks in. You
Oh,
out.
shit. I just got my chicken fingers.
Damn it. I'm starving. Just got my chicken fingers and Drew Brees. Drew, you got a little dirt on your cheek still. I'm going. Shut up.
Was it Oprah who tried to wipe it off him?
No. Did
Yeah,
she?
man. Right
Yeah.
after the Super Bowl, I think he was on Oprah. And she's like, oh, you got a little. It's like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
birthmark. I mean, do you know anything about me? Have you ever seen me in
Yeah,
real
it's
life?
been there for 35 years now. They are to avoid all and any contact with players. The players are not bound by the same rules, though.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, well, of course they're not. The players are important. Like, they need the players.
Exactly.
What are they going to do?
But they're men, and the cheerleaders are women, Mike.
I know, but, like, Deuce Staley can run really good with a ball. You can, like, shake titties.
Mm-hmm.
Not the same thing. Despite working for the Saints, the cheerleaders are not even allowed to wear their merch, their Saints merchandise. You can't even wear an official, like, NFL-approved Saints T-shirt. I wonder why that would be. The rules are in place to stop players preying on the cheerleaders because they get all handsy and grabsy and stuff, apparently.
It's for their own good.
Yeah. Even though the onus is on the women to fend off the men and block them from social media. Davis's lawyer told the New York Times, if the cheerleaders can't contact the players, then the players shouldn't be able to contact the cheerleaders. It's like, yeah, but the players are important. Again, like,
Seriously,
that does sound bad, though.
This is like the Mark Wahlberg versus whatever the chick's name was who was complaining about having to come back and refilm some scenes.
Yeah.
Wahlberg got $1 million, and she got like $5,000, whatever per diem is standard in the industry. Like she got barely
She got
anything.
$800 or something.
Yeah, it was just bullshit, right? Just
Yeah.
to cover her expenses. No, that's not it, Jesus. But
Well, isn't this one that Mike's talking
oh,
about,
okay,
though?
all right.
No,
That? Okay.
that's not the picture. I just want to see the lingerie one that Jay thinks she doesn't look that good.
There's completely different values in what these people are doing. That's the bottom line. So for them to go, well, but they're women and these guys are men, and look, it's because of gender. No, it's because of their different value and,
Yeah.
and what their fucking purpose is.
Yeah. And
And I don't know how many times we have to go through these situations
yeah.
where people understand that very, very fundamental fact
Yeah.
that the market is not just even. Oh wow, I'm a lady sky waitress, but that male doctor makes X.
Way
I make
more than
Y.
me.
Why is that? Well, shit, man. I mean, maybe he has different value.
Yeah.
Maybe you have different values in terms of what you're doing, assholes.
Yeah. And it makes total sense because these chicks, for the most part, are hot. They're hot chicks. They're professional cheerleaders. The guys see them working out, and the guys are a catch too. They're rich young guys, mostly single, and they're in the vicinity of hot chicks. So for years, these guys would bang all the cheerleaders. So and so's dating so and so.
You don't even need to get there and start to explain it, though. You can
No,
just
I know,
go,
but-
yeah, we can tell you what to do because this is the contract you're signing.
Right.
So if you want to make X dollars to be a cheerleader, you
$14 a
agree
week.
to these
Yep.
terms.
Yeah.
And if
they go,
not, bye-bye, we'll grab another one of you.
yeah, there's 13 Barbies right behind you.
Because that's the fact. We can grab another one of you.
Yeah.
You're not rare.
I know. And the point to me saying that, though, is what ends up happening is that guy bangs that cheerleader for a while, and then they break up, or he cheats on her, or she's done with him, and now cheerleader can't perform her job because she's heartbroken, or this guy's heartbroken because cunt over here won't go out with him anymore, and it's like, okay, don't even look at each other. Don't even look at each other. I know a few of these guys. Krplevich used to bang one of the Raiders cheerleaders when he was on the Raiders for a while. I know, right?
Really? You're just going to drop names like that?
Yeah. I didn't say what the cheerleader's name was. I mean, he might have married her. I don't know. But yeah, it happens. So, anyway. You couldn't find it, lingerie?
On the Deadspin article, and I don't see the picture. I don't know why.
Did you see it, Jay?
Yeah, I mean,
I
saw it twice yesterday. Maybe they completely changed their...
This is... I don't know. This is an article on Deadspin.
I'm going to go with E on this one because he's looking at it.
Okay.
And, Jay, I'm going to just have to think that you didn't see what you thought you saw.
No, I definitely saw an awful picture of this chick in lingerie, and I thought, ugh, why are you posting that? Like, you saw that before you posted it. It's really unflattering.
What's unflattering about it? Just the look on her face? Or
the look on her face, the way she's positioned, her... I don't know. She just looks bad.
Yeah.
You'd think a chick who was into doing all these selfies would pose themselves like just right.
They would know. Exactly.
Totally flattering. Like, I can't turn that way because it makes my arm look fat. You'd think chicks in the business of that would realize it.
Yeah.
Self-awareness,
so.
Mike.
Yeah. Well, she obviously liked it. She posted it. Why are we even having a discussion about fucking cheerleaders? When are we just going to be done with this profession?
I know.
No but then when you're done, is it going to be, they're firing all these women opportunities? I mean, what is...
Oh, believe me, hot chicks will have plenty of opportunities.
I know, I get that, but I'm just saying.
To E's point, you're going to have the buy-in from the bitches on this one. Because you can't have a bunch of dudes deciding this. They're going to have to come together and go, look, for the betterment of our gender, we have to stop doing this.
But there's going to be a Steve, or there's going to be a Steve version of a woman that's going to be like, well, I want to sell my body.
Yeah. Higher-thinking women.
Not
women with higher goals.
Not the ones with the palms in the hand?
With the what?
Palms? Pom-poms?
Correct.
Not them,
yes.
like fat, not fat.
Higher-thinking women are going to have to go, look,
ladies,
we've got long-term goals here, and you're
not helping.
The fact that you have this position making $12 an hour, that's great and all, but we'd rather get you into some factory work or something where you can make an equal wage.
Whoa, why would they want to do that?
Get you out of this.
Why would the hell they want to do that?
What an appealing gig. We get you working on the assembly line, ladies.
Versus...
throw on your overalls and your hard hat. It's going to be great.
Yeah, versus possibly just meeting an NFL star, whether they're supposed to or not. We know they try.
Anyway, I guess we're not going to find it. What do we got for email, Jay?
We do have some email. If you'd like to write into the show, send us your thoughts to email@detroitcast.com, of course. Mike writes in, Big E is a fag. Dear kale taster, tail chaser, and gay Peter Pan. Start my TDC podcast this morning, and within 3 minutes I'm screaming, dork! At Big E on my radio, talking about another festival that he went to and how he needs a more flashy hat and how he likes fairy tales, whatever the fuck that means, and how he basically gave up on the hot chick after 5 minutes of meeting her. I started to think about how from 16 to 30-ish, my main goal in doing 90% of the things like E does was to get laid, or just a BJ if she's ugly or fat. I never went to the bar club for the techno music. It was all for my penis to get stroked to completion in the end. That's a fair point, Mike.
Absolutely.
E has more in common with a 10-year-old than a 16-year-old, and as I started to think about it, it's kind of admirable. Unquestionably, he does have a pan-like existence.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you
I
say?
don't know why that's admirable.
Well, ignorance is bliss. It's kind of along those lines. To go through life in these critical years when your penis works the best, to not have any desire or very little to get laid, it's fucking amazing if you think about it. Right?
Well,
if that's not your
it's
priority.
all not true. By the way, there's a lot of this that's not been true. So
I think E has just resolved to the fact that it's not getting stroked to completion by anything but my hand. So I'm not going to work myself into a fervor over this. I'm not going to expect too much. I'm going to go in. I'm going to have fun. If a miracle falls from the sky, great. And then it comes off like he's not trying or doesn't want to have a female hand stroke him. Am I right, E, about that?
What he's saying is not right at all. I mean, I didn't give up after 5 minutes. It's a total lack of confidence when it comes to really what goes on. And I'm not
to make an excuse, but it comes down to a lack of me not having the balls to like make moves more than it does that I don't want to make a
Can't
move.
you have like 3 beer confidence?
That doesn't. No, I've discovered
It's
that
just
even
so weird, dude.
I've discovered that even
I'm not
drinking
saying-
doesn't
don't-
help that.
Like, it's not sloppy drunk, but just a couple
No,
beers loosen you up. And
I get even more in my own head. I'm starting to realize.
But for someone who doesn't give a shit about what other people think, why do you give a shit what the reaction is going to be if they go, ugh, gross, get out of here, loser?
Because we all have.
Who cares?
Because we all have something or a few things that I can't explain, and I can't explain that. I don't know why. I certainly did not try with this girl, but I think that I just don't even know how to go about it without either going too strong or not enough. I think I don't quite know how to do a middle ground. I'm not confident.
So it's rape or nothing?
No,
There's no middle
that's
ground
what I'm
for you?
saying.
Jesus.
That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, Jesus.
So
I don't
it sounded
think
like, right? I go way too far or I don't go
They did.
hard enough. And it's like,
Sure, whatever you want. I don't
too
even,
far to me is rape. I don't know.
That's not what I mean. I mean too
Assault?
far that it creepy. I mean creepy.
Well, rape would fall in that category.
I would agree.
Yeah, okay.
What
fine.
describe creepy short of rape? Like in your mind.
don't even know what I thought.
I understand there could be a lot of creepiness short
trying
of
to
rape.
think.
So just tell us.
Well, here's the best example. Like I was with her at this part when we were dancing
Hold them to that line of
in a
questioning,
set.
please.
Do you get your red thing out and
We're
rub
in
it
a
on her
set
leg?
and we're dancing and she's like in front of me. I'm right behind her. It's a very definite moment where if you were with a girl that you were with, you would start kind of, grinding a little bit, this and that. And in my head, we're right there. And I'm thinking, should I just fucking go for it and see what happens? Kind of maybe grab her hip a little.
Yes.
No. But my point is,
Yep.
I just am so scared of the rejection that I can't get myself to do that. So when I say over the line, in my mind, that's almost over the line because then I get worried that she's going to fucking, I don't know.
Were you rock, though? If you're rock, you don't want to go up to a stranger and just start grinding into their butt or back.
I mean, I wasn't rock, but I mean, if I would have started
Off the bag? Enough that she would have noticed?
She would have noticed, probably. So my point is that that's not.
So what is that? What is the ruling on that, Jay? If he's say he's half. Let's say he's half-mast, and he just goes up to a stranger and just
Well,
starts
she's not
grinding
a stranger, but I mean, she's not a girlfriend, and we're not dating.
on her. Yeah.
My short answer is dudes in Miami, he could have reinvented himself entirely and been whoever he wanted to be. So I don't understand under those circumstances.
we can't.
I'm not suggesting that he be over the line and rapey about it, but be more aggressive.
Okay, well,
and-
we're talking,
and-
but we're talking therapy at that. Not therapy, but we're talking a level that is beyond just that I don't want it or that I don't care. Mike is right. I got really, really bummed on the way home because even though most of the time, even taking away the phone, the festival was incredible. But I get mad at myself that I can't just freaking man up sometime.
You should.
And I understand, but my point is, so it's not that I don't care, but Mike is also right that it's like, dude,
Thank you.
I just found out that it is so hard for me, I feel like, that if I just have to go in and try to have fun and maybe, hopefully, I don't know, like Mike said, a miracle happens and some girl starts talking to me and it just clicks.
a unicorn wanders up.
Yes, and the
With rainbows
the thought
coming
that
out of its
I'm a gay or whatever because that's all I care about. I will say this, 100%. I'm sorry. Because of some circumstances of mine, I have decided that when I go to these events, it is not all about getting laid. Because in my opinion, the notion. Okay, well that's me. It doesn't matter. That's me. Because if it's me with my shit and I know how I am, if I go in like that, I'll never have fun.
Yeah.
I have to go in with a mindset of have fun and maybe something will happen.
The reason I scoff at that and I find that incredibly weird is because at most of these things, you're at a multi-day event with these people. Whether it's the Turtle family or strangers you meet, most of the women are dressed extremely hot, a lot of them scantily clad. You're dancing and grinding close together. You guys are staying the night in the same vicinity. Like, it seems like that's a natural. It's not like one night at a bar. It's
I understand.
4 nights at a bar
don't to
and
tell
all
you.
day.
You know what, dude? There's
So
things about
when you
your
say that,
personality
that's why I go, fuck, oh shit.
Okay,
Dude,
well,
I
there's-
can't think of a better place to try to get laid.
Hold on,
There's
I want
things about
you to. Yeah,
there's
go
things
ahead.
about everybody's personality that I cannot understand. There's
Name
things
one
that-
about Mike.
I don't believe. I've said on the show before. I don't believe that he doesn't like this confidence when he says, "Oh, shucks me," and "Oh, a girl's talking."
yeah,
I don't
just
believe.
want people to
So I don't
watch me.
believe
I
that
don't-
for 1 second, based on
I
what
can't
I've seen
handle
you talk to
rejection really
people.
good.
So
Name one about me.
I think that there's times I can't believe you don't see the other side of like when you say like radio station, like a guy has a bad voice or this or that, and you're like, why would anyone even listen to that for 5 seconds? I don't think it shocks me that you don't understand. There's a lot of people out there that just have the radio on or they don't listen that intently. This is what sports radio is, and oh well.
Okay. So Mike, the emailer, just so we're clear, despite his actions, his girly hat, his voice, and the type of porn
The girly hat, by the way,
watches,
dude. I mean,
he's
if
not gay.
The girly hat, like, dude, if you go to these festivals, that's just what. That's what people. Dude, if you saw some of these dudes at festivals that are straight, I'm assuming, by the way, based on how they're dancing with their girls. I mean,
but hold on. If you went there and they only sold pink hats with giant dildos coming off the front bill, you went, well, that's all they had. I had to buy one. I mean,
no,
yeah,
I
this guy
buy.
got a giant dildo.
You're right.
hanging
You know
off
what?
my
I
hat.
like different stuff. When I buy my running shoes every 6 months, my biggest complaint has always been that I hate that Asics has the same colors, which is essentially I'm now a Brooks last 3 times.
Did
because
you just
at
buy
least,
women's?
I did buy women's one time. Yeah, I did buy a women's. And in fact, the only reason I haven't done that again is because it's just kind of a pain. If it was easier for me to know that and have them order it, I would do it more often.
Yeah.
We've gone long. We'll save the rest for tomorrow.
Very good. Very good. I think that was worth going long for Mike's. Was it Mike that emailed in?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was important to dive in a little deeper on some of that stuff. I think we've got an interview tomorrow, Jay. Author of a book called The Three Kings.
Oh, I'm interested
Quite
immediately.
excited, yeah.
Yes, this has to do with Diddy, Dr. Dre, and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And the cultural phenomenon that is hip-hop and how they have, the 3 of them, taken full and complete advantage of that.
Yeah.
It's really a compelling book.
Are any of them official billionaires yet?
Yeah, Dre.
Dre is, okay.
Beats put him over the top.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully we'll have a nice interview about that tomorrow. Have a great rest of the day, everybody, and we'll see you then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.